Welcome back. It's time for our winner's match, and it's got a pretty cool matchup. It's going to be Cure up against Rain in a TVP. Our loser's match will then, of course, consist of Hydra versus Impact as ZVZ, our first ZVZ this entire tournament.
Yeah, really looking forward to both of these matches. I think both of them will be really exciting. Rain playing some incredible games in the last one. The last matchup there against Impact. Impact not playing bad himself. And always love to see this PvT matchup. Always very entertaining for me.
Yeah, it's a pretty good matchup. I like it. We don't see Terran matchups in general very often. We saw one earlier, of course, Cure versus Hydra, which was pretty back and forth, but it'll be a Terran versus Protoss nonetheless here. Really curious to see what the first map is going to be for this one. Probably one of our newer maps. There's a high chance of that. And I'm really curious to see how well Impact does in the ZVZ versus Hydra, because both these players are known for their ZVZ specifically. Alright, time to reveal the map. I know it's already listed somewhere, but I can't remember. So, Dead Wing.
Dead Wing. Dead game, Dead Wing.
Dead Wing, the Dead Wing card description is dead game. Discard all VODs and destroy all memories.
Yeah, man.
And it puts a 12-12 League of Legends on the board.
Oh, no. No one wants a 12-12 League of Legends, man. Don't talk about that.
All right, SK Telecom's T1 Rain versus Jinner Green Wings Cure. Going into this winner's match for Group D of the GSL Code A for Season 3 of 2014.
Down here in the bottom left, in the red, the Protoss player, he is
SK Telecom T1 Rain.
always calm, never falters.
No, nor does this man to the top right.
Jinner Green Wings Cure.
So cross spawns on Dead Wing. Probably be something that Rain could be pretty happy about versus a Terran.
Yeah.
Especially with his style. Cure will not be happy about this, and I'm curious to see what he's going to do about it.
We saw a game in Pro League. Well, hold that thought.
We need a cure for the rainy season. I give that as a complete 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
Very impressive.
Would read again. So it looks like it's going to be CC first versus a gateway-oriented expand.
Yeah. What I was going to say was we saw a game between Stork and Maru on Frost in Pro League where it went like super late game. A lot of people were favoring Maru. I think there was one person who voted for Stork. Forget who it was, but Maru in those super long distances wasn't able to put on the aggression as much as he would have liked to. And in the end, Stork did win. Need more USA.
Need more esports in USA, Switzerland, the world. I like the glasses.
Yeah. I got confused there. I was like, need more in USA.
Most likely a Stefano fan. So, it's been a while since Stefano played in Korea. Sad about that.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. My man can dream. He can come back.
Yeah.
Doing well for himself over there in Meltdown, though. Anyways, the Reaper expand. Well, not Reaper expand, but maybe a Reaper will follow this CC up. Not necessarily, though. Could actually just be going straight into a factory with some Marines out, because if he tries to go Reaper here, you know, he's not going to have enough gas right away. I'll just see the gas on the production tab with the barracks, and I think to myself, ah, it must be Reaper expand, but I've forgotten about what's already happened, what's already transpired, which is, of course, the CC first. It is going to be a Marine first, which means we'll probably have a factory follow-up, some sort of light aggression. Perhaps involving Widow Mines, Hellions, Medevacs.
Yeah.
In a strange, weird world in 2011. Might have been a Banshee. But alas, these days, it's not to be so.
That time has passed.
That time has passed.
And these two maps, so big. Or this map, so big, so these two players, of course, going to go with a very aggressive economic styles.
He gets in!
Somehow this probe makes it in, and he's going to see everything.
Sees the factory.
Yep, that's all he needs to see. He knows there's gas. And the SUV gets in as well.
Yep. Who let him in here?
No one invited him to the Protoss party.
Sees the pylons, and he's like, oh, okay, it's rain. Why did he even check? All in the main base, of course.
So why did they even scout?
Robotics going down as well, which he did not see, but he can reasonably assume because it's rain that that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So less likely to use an attack via cloaking or Widow Mines, probably. I think we'll probably see Heli and Marine out of him, but it's really tough to pull it off at cross spawns, you know?
Yeah. Such a long rest distance on such a gigantic map. It's going to take a while to drive and or run over there.
So Marine production, and maybe it will be Widow Mines.
Yeah. May see some Widow Mine, Marine kind of drop play. Harass.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he can 100% assume there will be an observer in the base, and even if there is an observer in the base, sometimes a Widow Mine will just straight up kill a stalker if you get accidentally too close to it. Marine not known for making mistakes like that, but Widow Mine's not a bad choice, and they are going to be most likely buffed soon. David Kim's recently discussed that. Yeah. Oh, terrible scan here. I mean, not a terrible place to scan, but just the results of it,
yeah,
not as desired.
All of those buildings that Ray made were all gathered around one pylon there behind the mineral line. So
mind games.
Yeah.
You would expect that to be the least likely place for Rain to hide tech, especially something like a Stargate. So he's actually going to keep the Widow Mine at home. That's an interesting twist on what I thought was going to happen. That would be a great way to defend a attack by Oracles. Right there on the middle of the mineral line. Also looks like he's getting an eBay to get +1 and fast turrets.
Yeah. But because he doesn't have that scouting information, that's going to put him on the defensive, and Reen is going to get the scouting information, so we'll allow him to play more comfortably, whereas Kier's going to be stuck in his base for a bit of time here.
Yep. And there's the Bay, getting that out really fast. Rain loves to do this to just get a big, heavy unit out he can use to defend his third base rather than relying on gimmicks, force fields, and just overall hoping his opponent doesn't attack him with a heavy force, and hoping that his micro's not as good as Maru's or something. So here comes the drop around the left side. He's got plenty of units over here. He's even got an observer heading that direction. Should reroute the observer backwards immediately upon seeing this, knowing that the chances of it being a Widow Mine drop are quite high. Does see it. It doesn't bring the Widow Mine or the observer back.
I don't think he actually noticed it.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. Oh my goodness!
Oh,
4 kills.
4 kills in there. There's another Widow Mine in there. But of course now he's going to bring that observer back and clean that up.
Taking him a bit of time, and actually could maybe get another shot off here regardless of the cannon, as long as he doesn't drop the Widow Mine in range of the cannon. Could actually try to snipe the sentry with it as well. Or just join up with the Marines.
Yeah, joining up with the Marines, maybe force that Nexus cannon.
That was a nice little drop there to get 4 kills with the Widow Mine. That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Bunch of gates going up for Rain right now, +1 to join his armor and blink. So he's already ahead in upgrades with that armor out. Yeah. And will be able to defend this attack pretty easily as long as he doesn't make any big control mistakes. Because
Blink.
that Colossus pops out.
Blink with Stalkers with +1 armor. We'll hold that thought. Another Widow Mine drop in here, and he does not notice. Where's it going to hit? Another 4 kills goes to this Widow Mine.
Well, this is actually a bit uncharacteristic of Rain to make mistakes like this, just not notice things like that.
Yeah, not really.
Doesn't even have an observer over there either.
Yeah, where is that observer? It's over to the left trying to guard against the drops, but that one came right down the middle.
I don't think he's going to get a second shot off, though. No. Sees the units moving out. Knows he's up against a tough push. This is a great way to play aggressively while taking a third base. We've seen Polt play like this a lot of the time, even being top Koreans, despite the fact that, yeah, he himself is a Korean, but has been training in North America for quite some time. He's still really handing it to those Korean Protosses whenever they meet. Really looking forward to seeing him at BlizzCon. Should he get enough points to qualify.
Yeah.
Which is very likely given his record so far this year. This drop, quad drop, is spotted. He just keeps saying that observer back up there. How many Widow Mines can one man really make? I suppose is what Rain is thinking.
And somehow Kira's identified the fact that Rain is cognizant of this attack happening and has not gone for the drop. That was going to be pretty deadly if Kira went in for the drop and he blinks right under. Maybe snipes 2 medevacs. 10 stalkers over there with blink. Really
Either he saw the blur on the observer, or he was just like, you know what, I don't know, this. He's already seen all my Widow Mine drops coming. You know, although actually I guess he did see them, but he didn't really see them. Star Sense right there. So Rain is now taking a 3rd base, whereas Kira is mining from 3 bases, has had 3 CCs for a while, and is 15 harvesters up. As a Protoss, you need to be way up in harvesters in this matchup, because if you're not, mules are going to wreck you. Now, if you're way down in harvesters plus he's got mules, that's just not a good place to be. No Vikings here, but Kira is no Maru. He's not able to match the micro of his teammate. As a hallucination scout comes over there to try to identify the problem.
No. Nice observer placement here. He's going to see that army and see if it goes for any drops. Going to know exactly where it's coming from.
So far, so good for Cure when it comes to making an army and getting aggressive, but he's behind in upgrades. His economy is also in a very good place. But economy isn't what usually wins you the game in this matchup. It's usually aggression and destruction. Fake drop here. It's empty. What is he going to do instead? It's to draw these stalkers back. Rain's falling for it. He thinks it's real.
Yeah.
Bringing a lot of stalkers back with this.
A nice play here, actually.
I think he's hoping he brings Colossi, but he's just not. Oftentimes when you 1A or grab a huge group of units and attack, go towards your base like that, the Colossi will fall first because they can walk on cliffs. But hold that thought. We've got a few Vikings here, 6 in total. And he's going to force field here, pulls back, and the Vikings go to work. 1 Colossus will fall, but most of the Marauders are down. He's got mostly Marines, and I don't know if he can really contest those Colossi with all those force fields right now.
Yeah, I don't think so. And that fake drop did nothing.
Well, it did draw a lot of stalkers back. Without that, he wouldn't have been able to pick off that Colossus.
Yeah.
They're all so high on energy. These High Templar get so much value off of feedback. With that base being up as early as it was, with all the extra harvesters he has, he's been able to drop a lot of extra scans. We've been seeing that a lot this game. Send these back. Got some ghosts coming out here. He knows the High Templar switch is underway. He's identified that as well.
Yeah. Storm not just out just yet. It did just get started, so doesn't have to worry about that just yet. But ghosts, of course, good for sniping, and of course EMPs on the entire army will be good as well.
Yeah.
Another scan goes down.
4 gates being added here. Yeah, the Stalkers blink forward. This is what those fake drops were for earlier, to draw these Stalkers away. He eliminates all of the Vikings, and with all the Vikings gone, he can't really fight those Colossi, not up a ramp like that.
Yeah. It's a really hard position to attack into up there. Up that ramp. It's not the biggest ramp in the world, and with a bunch of Colossi out, he's already up to 4 or 5, so it's hard to do.
I have to say, though, Curious on playing this tempo-based style so well. Learning from the best in Maru, man. He's looking really good in this game. Been up in supply the entire time. Keep in mind, the supply here doesn't actually really show the strength of the army. But he's macroing very well, very constantly, very consistently. Losing those Vikings there, though, really hurts him, because now his army, even though it's bigger technically in supply, is not strong enough to actually challenge Rain's army. That was great with that Warp Prism catch as well. I'm not sure if that was another Star Sense moment there, or if he was able to scout that earlier. We don't really know. Oh, he had a factory down to the bottom right for spotting that. That's really cool.
Yeah. So here we go. This is a big map with a lot of open space.
Oh, God, those storms!
Huge amounts of damage done. You see a giant pile of dead Marines there.
They don't call him Rain for no reason.
Yep, raining down the storms.
Those ghosts are ready for the EMP, but he just must have been looking at something else. Another scan goes down. He's going to approach with the Vikings. Colossi very low here. The Stalkers moving to the right side. Storm on the Vikings, but EMP is going down here as well. He needs to actually push that bio forward, and so far he does. Big warp in his Zealots over here to help defend.
Yeah, he's setting up that concave as well. He's ready. He's keeping Rain back at his base. which isn't the worst thing in the world here for Rain. As long as he can dodge some EMPs, he does get maxed. He does have a lot of High Templars here, 6 High Templars in total, as well as those 3 Colossi. A nice blink forward here, and some good EMPs go down, but a lot of the High Templars still have a lot of energy left.
Yeah, it's just too much. You know, he's got so many Colossi still at the back, and with no Vikings here, you know what, where's the rest of the Terran army? Is he doing a drop somewhere? Okay, I guess it was just mostly in medevacs. I was looking at the numbers, and I was thinking, like, this army is getting wrecked, but it still shows as much larger than Rain's. He's got 12 Marauders still somewhere back at home, I would guess. Trades evenly, but evenly doesn't matter if you don't kill the big expensive units, the units that are actually doing the real damage. A Reaper is on the way. I think that's probably a misclick.
Yeah.
That's a little EMP pocket where that Protoss army went. All clumped up on that watchtower.
Yeah. So with the +3 armor right now for Rain, he's going to start going for shields. Really, really consistent with those upgrades. And you got to hand it to Kira as well. He just finished his +3 to attack, and +3 for armor is about to finish as well.
Reaper's going on a mission. Nice poke here. Able to come over to this backside and hit with Colossi.
So annoying for Kier.
This is a lot of SCVs from this. A few Stalkers even are brave enough to blink up. He's got to be careful about this. Oh, the Storm right there is so well done. Killing a medevac and a few SCVs as well as damaging some of that bio. And moving up now. Into this location, there's a lot of Terran bio here and good EMPs, but the Storms are a problem. And those Colossi are doing a good amount of work here.
Yep, the Zealots doing a good job taking it in the back, but they do get eliminated. Can this bio possibly come out here after this?
A lot of Vikings!
A lot of Vikings still alive, but still 3 Colossi in the back doing a lot of damage. It's a big warp in here of Zealots, but is it too much bio? Looks really, really even at this point.
Yeah, it really does. Just Protoss units are so cost efficient in the late game, and you have so many streams of warp-ins, the reinforcements are almost instantaneous. Whereas the Terran has to walk all the way from the barracks, so it takes a little while to get up there. But he is actually going to eventually push this back. And the Terran army can survive with less Harvesters here, only at 53 with those mules, and he has a 4th base.
Nice snipe there on the Viking.
+3 attack is not done yet for Rain. He's got armor plus shields and starts +2 shields. He still doesn't have that +3 attack yet, and that's hurting him a little bit here. Normally the Terran player is the one who's way behind in upgrades. Not the Protoss is not way behind, but 1 set behind when it comes to attack.
Yeah.
This has been a pretty cool game.
Very, very even the entire time. Very back and forth. We saw Kira on the offensive before. Now it looks like Rain is holding Kira a little bit in his base. Some of these Marines pretty ill-fated position there.
This is actually one of the best late game last stands I've seen a Terran make against Protoss in a while.
Yeah.
Terran is a race that just normally cannot beat Protoss in the late game if the Protoss is making good decisions because of how the races work and are designed. Yeah, and well, that was a great storm there. I mean, I have to admit this position is much better for the player on the low ground who's got AoE spells.
Yeah. He's got that one annoying Stalker to just go up there, high ground vision, push back those Vikings as well. And he just warps in more and more High Templar. He's got such a big economy back at home that...
Yeah, his economy is pretty solid. He's got a much better gas economy, which is what Protoss really needs, so he can keep making these expensive gas units.
Yeah. Here doesn't even have that gas at this base.
I mean, he doesn't need it. That's just the problem of Terran in the late game. You don't really need all that gas. You need enough gas to make medevacs and Vikings and Ghosts, but the bulk of your army, the army that really does damage, is not in those units. It's in your Marauders and your Marines, which cost basically no gas. Marines especially. And that's why he doesn't take it, because he doesn't want that surplus of gas. He'd rather have more mineral mining, especially with his worker count that's been slightly reduced. I mean, he's only taken 1 gas at his 3rd base. His 4th has no gas whatsoever. This drop over here is doing a decent amount of damage. Whoa! That's a crazy dodge in there by Cure. He's going to end up losing the majority of these units.
Suicide War Prism somehow makes it through. I think it did go down there to another turret, but look at this. He's going after that Planeter. He does get it. And a lot of these Ghosts going after the snipes. They do get taken out.
Rain's worn him down here. He's down to 130 supply. His army is weak. It's neutered, and he's He's got no economy. He's going to have one last stand here. He fights against only like 2/3 of the Protoss army and is still having trouble. Storms go down directly on the Vikings, and the SCVs are going down left and right. That's going to be game. GG. Really well fought, though, by Cure, I have to say, in the late game. That's no easy feat to take that many good engagements like he took.
Yeah.
And also to get his upgrades that early, you know?
He got them so early. I mean, the Protoss, the entire game, chrono boosting out those and his workers, but still got them out before range. And he made a really, really nice mid-game stand. Made it look like he had a really good chance in this game.
I really liked his fake drop that drew the Stalkers back when he was attacking range 3rd. I really, really liked that. He very intentionally showed that drop. Made it look like he was going to force all the Stalkers back so his Vikings could get shots on the Colossi. It didn't end up working as well as he wanted it to, but the idea was very smart, and it almost worked for him to overwhelm that 3rd base.
Yeah.
Well, Cure got cross spawns. It's really unfortunate.
What's the map pick? What's he going to go
he
for?
Would love to
Catalina.
He would love to pick Outboxer, I guess, but Catalina. You know, this pick actually doesn't make sense to me.
Doesn't?
The map's too big. I'm really surprised with this. I wonder what he's going to show us.
But again, those 3rd bases are pretty close at pretty much all positions, especially like the top right and the western one, as we saw in that Hydra versus
True,
game.
true. And I have to say, his ability to pressure while taking an aggressive 3rd, I mean, his 3rd was super early, and he kept Rain on the defensive, abusing the fact that Rain plays super safe, almost too safe at times, was what got him to that mid-game so well. And on a map like this, I feel like he could do something similar. Keep Rain on the defensive, and because of this, it's just far enough, hold that 3rd base. Being on the positions, like you said, because sometimes they are really close to each other. We'll see how this one pans out. Rain taking a very impressive win there. But Cure might be able to turn around and bring us to a 3rd game. The winner of this best of 3 goes to